Welcome back to the Now Morning Show live on TTT. And we have in studio, she just joined us. Natasha is here. Damien Kidd with you. And we have guests here today, Natasha.
Yes, we do. Dr. Francisca Allard from Los Dinamicos. Thank you for that beautiful performance and welcome to the Now Morning Show.
Muchas gracias, Natalie.
De nada.
No, you're leaving me out. I don't understand Spanish.
All right. So, Dr. Allard, Natasha, Damien, welcome to the show again. And tell us something. So, we're in the throes of the Christmas season.
Yes.
How has it been for you and for Los Dinamicos throughout COVID-19?
Well, despite the pandemic, we have been doing quite well. We thank God that we have been staying safe, and we have had quite a few gigs where we were in a safe zone.
Yeah.
So, we have been enjoying ourselves and entertaining our fans.
That's one of the most important
Yes,
things.
yes.
You have to entertain the fans. And you
yes.
came with the energy this morning. Viewers, you wouldn't have seen it, but let me tell you something. TTT this morning was already full of energy, full of vibrations, because Los Dinamicos came into the building and all of a sudden we were all awake. 100%. So, Dr. Allard, if you could just share with us a bit about you, because you are well known throughout the fraternity. Everybody knows you. You're known globally for the works that you have done throughout the years, and of course as a professor as well.
Well, I'll talk about Dinamicos.
Okay, sure, yeah.
Of course. Yes, so we are 35 years old. Formally, that is when Los Dinamicos began. And we were very new, but what I should say is that before we became a formal group, we were already singing Parang. Because Sylvester Mata and Icon was our uncle, and we did backup for him. But we came together in 1986, and God blessed us with quite a number of wins in that first year.
Yes.
And we actually spent just 5 years in competition, and we decided to become more professional, to explore all the musics that we have in Trinidad and Tobago. So this is what we're doing. We sing traditional Parang, where we gave you 2 of our traditional pieces. We also do crossovers, soca merengue, soca salsa, different kinds of music that belong to Trinidad and Tobago.
What was the transition like going from, I would say, I guess being a bit more informal to going into that formal and professional realm? What was that transition like for you as a group?
For us, it was quite exciting because now we had to think about clothes and wear, because Parang has its special dress and so on. So it was exciting, but we still kept up with the natural community life with house-to-house Parang. But it was very exciting, and especially we have done some tours. So we have been to various parts of Venezuela, to Ecuador. We have been to New York and the Caribbean. But I guess one of the most exciting was Ecuador, because my brother composed the piece. Even before there was Despacito, we had Mariela with a little rap. And when we sang that, we were chased in Ecuador. People saying, Bob Marley, Bob Marley.
Wow.
So that is one of our most exciting times.
It sounds like that.
Yes.
I can only imagine the adrenaline that you would have felt like, wow, what's going on now? One question I know a lot of people have on their mind, and we always wonder is, in Trinidad and Tobago, we sing Parang. It's part of our culture. But of course, how is it accepted over in Latin America?
Oh gosh, very much accepted. But what they like to see, since they also sing paranda, especially in Venezuela, they love to hear the chutney mix, chutney parang, soca parang. Another exciting time, I think, was it Barlovento? No, not Barlovento, but where the chutney parang was, I think it was Valencia. It was a big hit. There's a song that I did with Hiralal Rampatap, Parosin. And when we did that, they were all doing the moves. So they want to hear what the Trini can bring.
Yes.
Because the paranda we inherited from Venezuela. And then it evolved.
It really has evolved over the years.
Yes.
If, let's just say, someone is interested in learning some of the instruments, what are what avenues do you all have in people wanting?
Well, now I can say kudos to
having interest in
NPAT.
instruments.
You have the National Parang Association of Trinidad and Tobago, and they are doing good work with that. But on the side, people like myself or other people who can play, you can give your service. But I think NPAT is doing a good job with, I think they have a Parang orchestra right now. This is something new, and I want to personally congratulate the president, Alicia Jagasa, and the entire NPAT team for doing so well.
Being in Parang for 35 years as Los Dinamicos, how has it been witnessing the transition? Because I know we've seen changes throughout the Parang scene over the years.
Okay, so we have had ups and downs because some people criticize and they feel that change is happening too quickly. But I believe that when change is natural, people would love it. If it is forced, then that is something different. But when you hear chutney, we have calypso, we have some salsa coming in. We live here. It must affect us. So that is what we can create, a mix of all of these. So I think it is quite beautiful.
It really is.
You know, the reason why I asked about the instruments, I remember back then, as a little boy growing up watching TTT and seeing Daisy Forza, the late Daisy Forza on TV.
Yes.
And there was this one guy, what's the name of that instrument?
Maracas, yes.
The maracas,
Cha-cha,
yes. And shaking it, going down to the ground,
yes,
rolling.
all of that, yes.
And I was like, I would love to do that one day.
Yes.
But it's interesting because we don't really hear about people wanting to learn these instruments. We know about the basic instruments.
Yes,
but
that's true.
Instruments like
the percussion.
Yes, and the box bass and that kind of thing. That's the next one I'm interested in learning as well. It looks very interesting, this playing. I mean, it looks easier, but I'm sure you know.
There's a skill because you have to get 3 tones actually. Some people get 5. Your skill depends, you know, on what people hear. So some people might just get dup, 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 you know, so there is a skill involved.
You may have a Parang intern for the next season.
Yes, we will welcome him.
Preparing for a season, one thing I know a lot of people want to know as well is, how long does it take to prepare? Do you rehearse months in advance? Because it looks so natural when you all just walk on stage. Like
naturally, you said the word. We are different since we are basically family, sisters, a brother. So we don't have to work extremely hard because we always around. So we can practice without planning. We can spontaneous. We have spontaneous rehearsals and then we have the formal ones. So it is lovely. So we always at it in a way. We always at the Parang and then we have the formal rehearsals. So no sweat, no problem, just joy.
That's the most important thing, joy in every moment. Thank you so much on behalf of Damien and, of course, myself, Natasha, and the entire Now Morning Show.
We have Natalie on Zoom as well.
We have Natalie on Zoom as well. Thank you for being with us this morning and wishing you a bright and prosperous 2022. Now,